There is a lie. We are taught very early in life that strength is loud, that power needs to be proven, that successful people are always certain, fearless, and dominant. But if you observe the people who truly shape history, great entrepreneurs, quiet leaders, influential thinkers, you'll notice something unsettling. They don't behave the way we expect strong people to behave. In fact, many of their choices look weak until you understand them. What if strength was never about force? What if the strongest people think in ways most people never notice? Today, I want to share with you 10 subtle differences in mindset between those who remain trapped and those who quietly rise. These are not motivational slogans. They are patterns observed in boardrooms, in governments, and in private moments of decision. So listen closely, because one of these ideas may explain something about your own life, something you've felt but never been able to name. 1. The weak seek advantage for themselves. The strong create value for others. Weak thinking asks, "What do I gain?" Strong thinking asks, "Who benefits?" Because I exist. A young entrepreneur once asked Warren Buffett for advice. He expected a clever investment strategy, but Buffett replied with something disarmingly simple: "Find a way to be useful. The money will follow." Weak people chase shortcuts. Strong people build usefulness. One extracts, the other contributes. And over time, the one who contributes becomes indispensable. 2. The weak pull others down, and the strong pull others up. When people feel small, they compete destructively. They gossip. They undermine. They feel threatened by others' success. But strong individuals behave differently. When Satya Nadella became CEO of Microsoft, the company was internally divided, competitive, and stagnant. Instead of asserting dominance, he did something unexpected. He changed the culture from know-it-all to learn-it-all. He elevated others instead of controlling them. The result? One of the greatest corporate revivals in modern history. Weak people need others to fail. Strong people grow by helping others rise. 3. The weak seek revenge. The strong choose forgiveness. Revenge feels powerful, but it keeps you tied to the past. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. When he emerged, the world expected anger. Instead, he spoke of reconciliation. He understood something rare. Hatred gives your enemy permanent residence in your mind. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is freedom. The strong do not forget. They simply refuse to be controlled by pain. 4. The weak depend on groups. The strong can walk alone. Weakness hides in numbers. Strength is comfortable in solitude. Steve Jobs was famously difficult, not because he hated people, but because he refused to dilute his vision for approval. He was willing to stand alone, to be misunderstood, to wait. History rewards those who can walk without applause. Strong people value collaboration, but they do not fear isolation. 5. The weak are easily angered. The strong are calm and grounded. Anger is often mistaken for passion, but emotional control is one of the highest forms of strength. Angela Merkel was known for her calm demeanor, even in crisis. While others reacted emotionally, she paused, observed, and responded deliberately. Calm people see clearly. Reactive people make mistakes. Strength is not intensity. Strength is composure. 6. The weak display. Strength, the strong are comfortable showing. Humility. Weak people feel the need to prove themselves. They talk louder than necessary. They remind others of their status, their success, their power. Strong people don't. Jeff Bezos once said, "Confidence comes from knowing you can learn, not from pretending you already know everything." Early in Amazon's journey, Bezos openly admitted mistakes to his team, not to look humble, but because hiding errors slows progress. Weakness fears being seen as small. Strength has no fear of honesty. The strongest people don't perform strength. They embody it quietly. 7. The weak complain. The strong adapt. Complaining creates the illusion of action. Adaptation creates real change. During the 2008 financial crisis, many leaders blamed the system. Others waited for rescue, but some adapted. Howard Schultz returned to Starbucks as CEO and closed hundreds of stores temporarily, not to retreat, but to retrain, refocus, and rebuild the culture. Weak people ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Strong people ask, "What is this teaching me?" One mindset freezes you, the other moves you forward. 8. The weak avoid problems, the strong face them directly. Avoidance feels safe in the moment, but it compounds over time. Winston Churchill was deeply unpopular before World War II. He spoke about threats others preferred to ignore. While many leaders chose comfort, he chose confrontation with reality. Strong people don't rush toward conflict, but they don't run from it either. They understand what you avoid today will demand payment tomorrow with interest. 9. The weak rely on others. The strong rely on themselves. There is a subtle difference between cooperation and dependence. Strong people value support, but they never outsource responsibility. Oprah Winfrey grew up with every possible disadvantage. No safety net, no guarantees. She learned early that no one was coming to save her. That realization didn't harden her. It clarified her. Strong people don't expect the world to be fair. They expect themselves to respond with integrity. 10. The weak drift. The strong live by discipline. Discipline is not punishment. It is direction. Weak people wait for motivation. Strong people build systems. Elon Musk is often described as intense, but his success isn't driven by emotion. It's driven by structure, sleep schedules, work blocks, clear priorities. Discipline removes chaos from decision-making. When life feels uncertain, discipline becomes an anchor. If you listen carefully, you may have noticed something important. Strength isn't dramatic. It doesn't announce itself. It shows up quietly, in choices no one applauds, in moments no one sees. If even one of these mindsets resonated with you, it means you're already becoming more aware, and awareness is always the first step toward change. Thank you for spending this time with me, and more importantly, with yourself. If you'd like to continue exploring ideas like this, you're welcome to subscribe, only if this feels like a place you'd want to return to. I wish you clarity, calm, and the strength that doesn't need to be proven. Take care, and thank you for listening.